Assalamu alaikum dear researchers. Welcome to lecture 9 of PLS-SEM with SMART PLS 4. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss Importance Performance Map Analysis or IPMA.
So Importance Performance Map Analysis or IPMA extends the standard PLS-SEM results, that is reporting of the path coefficient estimates, by adding a dimension to the analysis that considers the average value of the latent variable scores. More precisely, the IPMA relates the structural model's total effects, that is the importance of the construct, on a specific target construct with the average latent variable scores, that is the performance of the construct. So as we can see from the graph, we can have a high importance and low importance, and we can have a low performance and a high performance, and then which can be divided into four quadrants. So if there is a construct which is of more importance or high importance for the target variable or the outcome variable, but the performance is low, then we can say that the managers or the organization needs to concentrate on that particular construct because it is of a high importance, but currently the performance is low. If we find those constructs which have a high importance but their performance is also high, it means currently uh, we uh, we know that the construct is important, but the performance from the data that we have collected is also good. Then we have quadrant number 3. Quadrant number 3 is of low priority. So it tells us that out of many constructs that we are testing for the performance and importance, the currently the importance is low as well as the performance is low. So it's of a low priority. So that does not mean that we need to take any managerial action. If there is a construct that is of a low importance but the performance is high, it means a possible overkill, which means that maybe the departmental resources, organization resources are being spent on that particular construct. The performance may be good, but its importance as related to the outcome variable is low. IPMA, the rationale is to identify predecessor constructs that have a relatively high importance for predicting the target construct, that is, those that have a strong total effect, but also have a relatively low performance, that is, the low average latent variable score, so that the improvements can be implemented. If you want to refer or know more in detail about this IPMA, you can refer to this paper by Ringel and Sartest that gain more insight from your PLSS SEM result, the important performance map analysis. In short, IPMA is a tool to prioritize areas of focus by evaluating the relative importance and performance of the attributes. The purpose is to align organizational performance with stakeholder expectation. It matters because it helps to simplify the complex decision making, and it aligns strategies with the stakeholder needs. The procedure to perform IPMA has 5 steps. First of all, we check the requirements of the data. Second, we compute the performance values. Then we compute the importance values. Then we can create the importance performance map. And if we want, we can also extend the IPMA on the indicator level to see what is the importance and performance of the each indicator. Step 1 we do manually. Step 2 to 5 is done in SMART PLS. So what are the requirements of the data when we are doing IPMA? First of all indicators should have a metric or equidistance scale, or like ordinal scale, which is a balance, like Likert scale, like strongly disagree, disagree, neutral, agree, strongly agree. This is a balance scale. So if we have a 5 point or 7 point Likert scale, it is okay. But if we have forced choice scale, which means we do not have a central point like neither agree nor disagree or neutral, or we have nominal scales like gender, which does not have a ranking order, these are not allowed, or we have to skip those particular constructs which have these scales. Second criteria is that all indicators coding must have same scale directions. That is, if it's a low value, it represents a low outcome of that particular construct, and if it's a high value, it represents a positive or high outcome. So we cannot have both negative and positive in a single scale. The remaining steps we are going to demonstrate in SMART PLS 4. So for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to use a model that is based upon the TAM model, technology acceptance model. And I have four predictors here: social influence, financial literacy, perceived trust, and customer relationship management. Then we have two more mediators, that is perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use. And then finally, the target variable is intention to use internet banking. Remember, before proceeding into IPMA, we have to perform the two-step method, that is the measurement model analysis, and the structural model analysis. So you can always go through the structural model and measurement model analysis as demonstrated in the previous videos. Here I am going to demonstrate the importance performance map analysis. We have to select which target construct to choose, that is intention to use in this case, and the IPMA result of all predecessors of the selected target construct is selected. Start calculation. The left hand side you will see in the quality criteria the results. First result is for the importance performance map analysis of the constructs. This is the map. As you can see on the map, CRM has low importance. The performance is okay. Second, green is for perceived trust. It has a medium importance. In between we have financial literacy. Its importance is greater than CRM, and in the performance is slightly better than CRM as well. Similarly, perceived trust importance is greater than both CRM and financial literacy. Then social influence, it is of the most importance if we only consider the predictor variables, the 4 predictor variables. However, as we can see, the mediators, that is perceived ease of use and perceived usefulness, have much more importance than the predictor variables. So in this case, we can see that perceived usefulness is the most important variable, although the performance is adequate as well. So currently for our data, we can see that perceived usefulness is the most important and the performance is also not that bad. So in the future, if the performance declines, we can say that we have to focus on the performance of perceived usefulness. If we only talk about our predictor variables, we can see that social influence is the most important variable. The performance is okay because we are actually comparing the performance with the other predictor variables. We can also check the table of total effects. This is the table of the total effects. As we can see that perceived usefulness has the highest effect value, followed by perceived ease of use. And if we are talking about the predictor variables, the 4 predictor variables only, the social influence has the highest effect size. We can also check the table of the performance. So as we can see, CRM, which is not that, which does not have much effect on our outcome variable, has the lowest performance, whereas all other variables have adequate performance in the range of 70s. We can also have the importance performance map of the indicators. So we can see which of the indicator out of our construct is the most important, like this question of perceived usefulness 2 is the most important question. And if we look at the question, we can see that why this particular aspect of perceived usefulness is actually creating greater effect on the target variable. Similarly, we can interpret this table indicator by indicator, and we can see that what happens, that why particular constructs or dimensions of a construct have low effect. For example, CRM is composed of 4 indicators or 4 dimensions, that is customer experience, organization commitment, process driven, reliability, tech orientation. And we can see out of those 5, the CRM tech orientation is actually, if I'm not wrong, the most important of them. And its performance is also good. Similarly, CRM organization commitment is not that important and the performance is not good. So we not need to focus on that aspect. We need to focus on the tech orientation of CRM in our particular case. You can report these results by copying the map from here, paste it into a Word file, and you can report these results after you have reported the measurement model and the structural model in your research article. Okay, let's have another example of IPMA, and this is a model that was in the context of COVID-19 preventive behavior. We have number of predictors now: the benefits of prevention, the barriers in preventive behavior, the severity of the disease, the susceptibility, to catch the disease, the perceived threat of spreading the pandemic, trust in government, and awareness of the pandemic. So these are a number of predictors, 7 in total. So as you know, we have to first perform the measurement model analysis, the bootstrapping that is already discussed in the previous videos. So we'll quickly move to the importance performance map analysis. The target construct, this single target construct right now. We can also choose the mediators as a target construct, but this time we only have the DV. So we're going to choose that, and all the settings are okay. Then start calculations. Now we have data from two countries, that is Malaysia and Pakistan. But first of all, we will see the result for the complete data. Here we can have first the construct level importance performance map analysis, as you can see on the screen. So this is particularly the most important construct, that is the awareness. As you can see, the importance is high, and the performance. So what we can do is, if we try to make the quadrants like this, or probably somewhere in the middle like this. So we can see this is the quadrant number 2, and quadrant number 2 told us that we have the performance is okay, the importance is also good. Similarly, for trust in government, it is a high performance. No, this is benefit. So the color is blue here, it's benefit. So benefit is also high in performance and high in importance. And this is the barriers for the COVID-19 prevention. It's high in performance and high in total effect. So here we have susceptibility low in performance, and severity is very low in performance, also low in importance. Trust in government is low in performance, high in performance but low in importance. So we can also see the results for different countries. So if it's Malaysia, you can see if we are comparing the two countries, as I have already done in my publication, we can see the constructs may change. So perceived threat is now the most important in Malaysian context, and is also its performance is also good because people were actually afraid of the pandemic. For Pakistan, if we see the result, so for Pakistan, the barrier because of the economic condition, the barrier was the most important, although the performance was not that high as compared to the perceived threat in previous case. The highest performance is for the benefits. So people do have less barriers, so that's a good thing. Actually, it's a negative construct, but the importance of barriers is also high. Similarly, trust in government in Pakistani context is very low, as you can see, and we can interpret the results accordingly. So that is all about importance performance map analysis. You can include that in your research paper as an extra analysis. It beautifies your paper, it adds more greater perspectives, because we always want to know that after we have tested the hypothesis, which of the variables are more important for the managerial perspectives, which of the variables are doing good, which of the variables that we need to intervene and we need to improve their performance.